Good evening, my fellow obedience. Everybody, men, women of good conscience, the concerned Nigerians. I welcome you to today's edition of our guest appearance on our platform, Tim Peter Obi, That Life. Remember, you can join us via various social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Anyone that is convenient, you can join us to make your contributions in this. I remain your good friend and your fellow compatriot, Dojukwu Igbo. Tonight, we are making presentation, and this is very good for our country, as we draw close to the presidential election holding in February 2023. Before I introduce our guest, I would like us to have our usual practice, a review of what happened during the week. What is trending? The presidential candidate for Labour Party, His Excellency Peter B, has released his manifesto. Good things don't come easy, they say. And so, for those who have been asking for the manifesto, and Peter said, what we need most is not just the written document that cannot be fulfilled, but because he believes that he, as a president, will have to identify and interact with the people, that is best the people hear from him directly and not through any surrogate, not just reading any document. Hear from me, and whatever you hear me say, like God will say, whatever you hear me say, I will do. And whatever I have had him say, it's now time for everybody to look into the document and see if Peter is consistent or not. Unlike other candidates who have had the long practice of churning out documents, and in most cases not written by them, and eventually not fulfilling what they present as promise. But Peter has gone forward in person to speak to Nigerians. Finally, he has documented all that he has been saying and present it to the public. So, the gossip is over. Therefore, gentlemen, concerned Nigerians, go check it out. You can download it. You can go to any the nearest Labour Party office and get physical copy. You can also download it. Just Google it. Peter Obi's manifesto released today. So that's what is trending. Also, we have within the week, we had that the court has sentenced the chief of army staff. He has committed them to prison term for contempt of court. A whole lot is going on in our country. Could this be the change that is long awaited? Well, one thing is clear. Nigerians should sit up and know that this country is governed by law, and laws must be respected. We cannot keep behaving as though it is a no man's country. So I welcome you and I thank you. Joining me tonight is Obinna, my colleague from Benin, and I have the Honorable Osereme Christian Omofeme, who is the senatorial candidate of Labour Party in Edo State, joining us tonight. It will be the second time he's joining us in this program, and like always, he is a man of the people, a man who believes that Nigeria must turn for good, and he has come to contribute his quota, and we must have to work with him. So it will be an interesting session with the Honorable tonight. So you sit back, you can also join us, ask your questions, and make your comments as we work with the Labour Party candidates. Okay. Tonight, okay, please say hi to our compatriots.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Thanks for having me tonight, and I'm really glad to be part of this conversation. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Good to have you. You know, some would have noticed that the moment I introduced Chris, the tone of my voice changed. Yes, we can hear you very well, Mr. Chris. Well, the moment I introduced you, my voice changed. I could not contain the excitement because each time I speak with you, you give out light. But this country has been in a long tunnel of darkness. But it's clear now that we are seeing light at the end of the tunnel. With the light of your good self and His Excellency, Peter Obi, coming in to rescue this nation, there is no doubt that we are going to have a new leaf, a leaf where Nigeria truly belongs. Also with us is Obina from our Benin studio. Obina, say hi to our compatriots.
Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, obedience all over the globe. I welcome you again once again to this edition.
Okay, thank you. I have done a little of an introduction.
I congratulate our senatorial candidate for Edo Central, Mr. Chris Omofonwa, and I welcome you to today's program. We are happy to have you
here. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here too.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Okay, I did a bit of the introduction, but you know, it's good they say we want to hear from the horse's mouth. And our principal for the presidential election, Peter, will be always say, let the people hear directly from me. So, Chris, I will give you just a few minutes, like 2 minutes, to tell Nigerians, you know, make your introduction of self the way you would best want it to be, and tell Nigerians again why you are running for the senatorial seat for Edo Central.
Once again, good evening. Thanks for having me here today. I'm really glad to be part of this conversation. Yes, Nigeria, we all know, is at a crossroad. And luckily, we have the Labour Party has come to the rescue. And at the helm of affairs, you know, our principal, Peter Obi, you know, who we all want to help achieve this new dream of actualizing a Nigeria of our dreams. And so we a lot of us came on board so that we can join, you know, and make sure he has the help he needs, you know, in the National Assembly to make legislature, because we cannot do much without legislature. You know, even if we elect him, we need the legislature so that he can, you know, pass laws. We can pass laws, you know, that he would use to govern, to guide this country, you know, to a better and more prosperous future for us all. Yes, I'm the Edo State and Central senatorial candidate for Labour Party, and we want to also deliver the dividends of democracy to our people. You know, and for a long time, you know, this has been an elusive dream of our people, because we have had candidates and we've had a very poor, I'll say less than average representation. So we're looking forward to a new Nigeria, a new future for us all, that will be all encompassing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chris. It's good to have you. I was to ask you, but you mentioned again that those senatorial set of people have, you know, having less of the representation that is required in the red chamber. One would ask, what and what are the people of Edo's central senatorial zone be missing in the red chamber? What gaps do you see that you want to bring support
to? Thank you very much. You see, the truth is, over the years, since the return to democracy, we have had people, you know, who I would say have vital position primarily for self-interest, self-aggrandizement, people who don't really, you know, have the will to serve the masses, who don't have the will to create a brighter future for their people. You know, I say this because there's a lot of things, you know, a senator, not a senatorial candidate now, a senator can actually bring to their people, either through constituency projects or even help make laws that will drive investments, that will drive, that will drive government involvement, to their particular areas, their primary constituency. But you see that instead of people doing this, people look at no, where do I make the best? Where do I gain the most? It's more of a selfish agenda. And so this my self. Everybody wants self first, forgetting that it's people that have elected you. And you see that at the end of the year, they come back home to the constituency and try sharing bikes to people. And you say that it's and replace that with constituency projects. Giving a man a bike is not empowering. Especially in a country like ours, where you know that in 6 months that bike will become 40. This man doesn't have a job. How does he fix it? When you can also channel that fund, to general projects that will serve the community as a whole. And that is why I am running. I'm proposing, bringing investments to my people. I'm proposing empowering my people through direct investments in manpower retraining, retooling, and helping people, start small scale businesses all over my senatorial districts, by also giving soft loans that, will not break your company, loans that that you can access, easily, and apart from helping you start up through training and through providing loans, we're going to provide services to mentor people, to guide you. So we don't just train you, we just don't help you start a business. We also guide you along the way, and we mentor. You will have a mentor to teach you, to someone you can learn from, a guru in that particular line of business. That way we can ensure these businesses do not fail. So that is what I want to do for our people. Thank you.
Oh, great. This sounds like you are having a domestication of the manifesto of the presidential candidate, Peter Obi, and it's like bringing it down to the grassroots for the people of Edo Central Senatorial Zone. Thank you very much. And again, it also has to say that Edo people who have more or less experienced the democracy that is not people-centered are going to now experience people-centered democracy dividends. Okay, I want to take you back to the main issue for today. Campaigns have been ongoing. INEC ab initio brought out 5 months campaign period prior to the election date. At present, we are about 82 days to the election day. What is your review of the conduct of candidates in various parties vis-a-vis the conduct of the candidates of Labour Party, starting with the presidential candidate Peter Obi and his vice Yusuf Dati? People say that there have been a lot of jabs, a lot of gaps coming from presidential candidates, and there have been insults, there have been instigation of violence, there have been statements of tribalism and all that coming from various candidates. How do you review the conduct of the presidential candidate for Labour Party, Peter Obi? What has it been like?
Thank you for that question. Generally, all parties signed to the peace accord, and said they're going to uphold a peaceful, respectful campaign season. So we all signed on to that. And I would say Labour Party has strictly, strictly, adhered to that. Our rallies have been peaceful, our campaigns have been peaceful, except for a few hitches here and there, which were not necessarily directed at anyone, When you have a crowd, there might be issues from time to time. And so, with regards to Labour Party specifically, we have been of utmost peaceful conduct. There will be dirty rallies, something to emulate. Because if you notice, even during our campaigns, our principal hardly throws jab at anyone. He doesn't talk about other candidates in a bad light. He just goes about talking about what he wants to do for the country, what he wants to do for the people of Nigeria. He goes about telling us how he wants to, bring us to this new Nigeria we all crave. How he wants to move us from consumption to production. He talks about figures, talks about facts. So he has mostly steered away, from stirring up controversies and taking jabs at other candidates. And I think this is a good thing, all through Labour Party, because we are all doing that. We hardly talk about other candidates. We just tell people about what we want to do, how we want to go about it, and why they need to vote for us. So that is how we have carried on, and that is how we will carry on till the election in February 25, 2023. Thank you.
Okay, great. Just to say that this is the candidate that has been the most when it comes to issue-based campaigns, and there have been also polls conducted, online polls that have conducted by various organizations, which are in all of them, P2P Labour Party has come first. Okay, a time ago, His Excellency's campaign train came to Edo State, and we noticed again that people came out in mass. That should be about the biggest campaign rally that the Labour Party has had. And the people of Edo Central Senatorial also participated heavily in that campaign. Now, let's bring it down to your senatorial campaign in Edo Central. What is the atmosphere like? What do you see when it comes to your position and that of Labour Party for the senatorial election coming as against the other parties? What are the people saying?
Thank you very much. The visit to Edo State by Peter Obi was an eye-opener for everyone, including the other parties, because the kind of response, the kind of crowds, the kind of energy we all saw was out of this world. It was beyond what even our principal Peter Obi himself expected. In Benin, it was, the whole town was like shut down from morning till night, like shut down because of the crowds. There was no way to move. There's no way you could move from one end of the town to another. Even when he left for 4 hours, they were still trying to get traffic back to normal. So that would tell you how congested and compacted the whole place was. And the same thing happened in Edo North, and the same thing happened in Edo Central Senatorial districts. The thing is, the enthusiasm since after he left, has since quadrupled. People would say, yes, he came to my town, which means he respects us. He came to see us. He cares about us. And this has just carried on because it's an atmosphere, it's something new that's going on in this country, like we've never seen before. People are genuinely like opening their hearts, warming up to someone, without requesting anything, without any form of expecting any form of, let me say aggrandizement or any form of, payback. All they just want is, yes, let's elect these people into power and let them come fix this country. And I'm happy people trust us. I go to communities to campaign, and when they see our vehicles, Labour Party, it's like they see it's like Santa Claus has come to town. You know, everybody is happy. They are all running after our vehicles. You know, they're welcoming us. You know, they're happy. It's like seeing somebody who's coming to save you. You know, when you're in so much peril or trouble or danger. And so this campaign, you know, especially, I'll say my campaign, I'll limit it to my campaign, you know, has become something of, it's a joy for me to go out every day to see how happy our people are. You know, when they see us come to town, when we talk to them, the enthusiasm, you know, it makes you want to just get in there and work for them. It makes you want to just, you know, get elected and start the work immediately. The work to rebuild Nigeria, the work to deliver the dividends of democracy to our people. You know, when you look at their eyes, they look at you with so much admiration, with so much hope, you know, you cannot afford to disappoint these people. You cannot afford to mess up, so to say. And so it gives me joy that yes, the Nigeria we finally would be looking for, people are starting to really wake up. You know, people are starting to really want to be part of it. People are starting to really be want of the polity, you know, and help drive, you know, the country, you know, to the level which we should be, you know. So that is that, and it's a happy feeling I get every day. When I wake up every morning, I look forward to campaigning. Yeah, I've been down here in my town, campaigning every day for the past 1 month, you know, and it's a thing of joy. You know, I've gone to communities where they'll say, no, no parties can put posters here, no party is allowed to come campaign for us. They've deceived us too much, you know. And truly, you look at it, you don't see any other political party posters or pictures or anything, flyers. But when we come to town, they are happy to receive us. They are happy to say, you know what, yes, you guys come talk to us. You know, so this is something that is strange and new in this country, and uh, we pray and we really hope, you know, we are able to harness this energy, win the elections, and go work for our people, you know, and start the work of rebuilding Nigeria afresh. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's interesting to know that the action of not even listening to other political parties and calling them the seat over years is not coming from Labour Party or obedience themselves. It's coming from the people. They are the final decision makers, and we are hoping that people who have been hungry and angry will take their anger to the ballot and express it, you know, legitimate. Okay, now from what you have explained about the people's excitement, of course, this is Christmas, Santa Claus is in town. There is a rumor going on the internet that the fire, obedience fire, is beginning to dwindle. Okay, there have been a lot of accusations just being thrown at the presidential aspirant at the national level. For the Edo Central Senatorial District, are you experiencing the same thing in your campaign?
I'll tell you something. Yes, it's when you go online, you know, you don't see so much enthusiasm online. But let me tell you what is actually going on. People are leaving the online platforms and actually doing the work on ground. People, that stage has passed where people just be on their keyboard 24 hours. No, people are voluntarily campaigning for Labour Party. People are going out there and talking to other people. You know, the time for keyboarding has passed. You know, and everybody has seen this. And we are saying, you know what? We'll all do the work together. We'll put boots on the ground. You know, we'll go to the fields, we'll go to the towns, we'll go to the villages, we'll go talk to people. And that's exactly what is going on. You know, people are even doing community projects, you know, helping people, you know, recognize the logo of the party, showing them how to vote, you know, encouraging them on why they need to vote. You know, people have left online platforms and are doing the physical work. That structure we didn't have. That thing that was online is now physical. People are in the fields working day in, day out, just to make sure we achieve this goal of electing new set of leaders. And history has a way of bringing forth a new set of leaders every once in a while. It happens all over the world. And I think it is time for Nigeria to experience a new set of leaders, that would give it all for their people. Leaders who will not sleep unless their people sleep. Leaders who will say no, if my child cannot go to this school, then if my child will go to the school of the common man, my child will, take the same bus of the common man will take, and this country is about on the verge of experiencing something wonderful. So we are all in the fields working and preparing us for this new Nigeria we all crave. Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting to know that what they thought is not possible is now becoming possible. That the obedient movement that was earlier described as 4 people in one room, and later they said, oh, they're not serious. Now they're saying again, oh, there is no structure. The seemingly structureless party has moved to the grassroots, and they're making inroads. That's very interesting. I am praying hard that the people of those central senatorial zone would not make mistake. They will not rest on their oars until they put you in there as the right man to support His Excellency, and making the country have a turnaround. But before I let you, where do you see your campaign in the next 2 months? That is very close to the election. Where do you see it?
Well, we're fast becoming the front runner in this race here, and we're having a lot of buy-ins, a lot of inputs. People are decamping from various political parties every day to join us. Because with the message we are selling to people, people see through us. People see through it that yes, this will work. This is what we need. So in 2 months, if I have to streamline into your question, I say in 2 months, yes, we'll be the front runner and we'll be ready for the elections. And I know by God's grace, with the people behind our backs, we're going to win this election. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chris. Honorable Chris, again, I should say, he is the senatorial candidate for Edo Central Senatorial District in the coming election 2023. And for the people of Edo Central Senatorial, behold, your senator come 2023. Make no mistake, you must vote for him by voting Labour Party. On that day, look at the ballot very well, ensure you identify Labour Party. The logo is Papa, Mama, Pikin. That's the only party that has 3 human beings showing there. Do not make that mistake of voting and having an invalid vote cast. So please vote well, vote wisely by voting Labour Party. You'll be voting for Honorable Sereme Christian Mofete, and you'll be voting for Peter Obi as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In so doing, you vote for a better Nigeria, a renewed Nigeria, the Nigeria of our desire. Okay, we'll be letting the Honorable to attend to some other things, but may we have your parting words to the people of Edo Central Senatorial Zone in particular, and again, the people of Nigeria in general. Your parting words,
sir. Again, I'll say thank you for having me on here. It's always a pleasure to join you. I'll say to my people, be rest assured, Labour Party is coming to do the work you've always craved. Trust us, vote Labour Party all the way, down ballots, and we will deliver the dividends of democracy. We'll bring it home to all of our people. And to Nigerians in general, I would say stay put. The new Nigeria we crave is at hand. So we'll get there together. we'll get to El Dorado together, and our rights, our freedoms, our security. When I say security, economic security, physical security, and all other form of security, will be delivered to us in this country, come 2023, if you elect Labour Party, all the way. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from the Honorable himself, and he has given the party words for you to do. Okay, Obinna, I have a word or two before we.
Yes, let me add to the parting word of the Honorable Chris Omofonwa. If you reside in Edo Central Local Government area of Edo State, and you want a better Nigeria, a better Edo Central, and you want to be a part of the development for the new Nigeria that we are going to experience in 2023, then look up to the screen now. The man you see right there at the forefront, Mr. Chris Omofonwa, is the man to support. Do not miss out.
Absolutely.
I know that there are so many persons that are coming up to share money for you people, right? People of Esan, I want to inform you clearly. If you collect money today, tomorrow you will be ready to bear all the suffering that will come to you. This is the man on the screen now that will save you. This is the man that will deliver you. He will deliver that constituency and ensure that all that has been allocated to your constituency gets to you, and ensure that the people are developed. You listen to his words as he spoke. Make sure your vote on February 25th is for Labour Party. Remember the logo as you have been told. Papa, Mama, and King. Don't miss it. Everywhere in Edo Central, cast your vote for Mr. Chris Omofonwa. And I am telling you, I am not telling you anything less than what I am saying, that this man will deliver you from the hands of the political enemies that have been dealing with Edo Central. Vote Mr. Chris Omofonwa. I am joining words with him to ensure that we are successful in Nigeria 2023.
Thank you. Thank you, guys, and have a great night and enjoy the rest of the program.
We can go on, Mr. Tilo. Mr. Tilo, go on, please.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, Honorable. We wish you all the best in your electioneering. And we know, by the grace of God, you are the incoming senator representing Edo Central. So it has been a time with the incoming senator for Edo Central Senatorial Zone, Honorable Christian Sereme Mofeme. Okay, you have had it all. Please ensure you do your part. Now, to the other news. We heard again that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has released his manifesto. Earlier in the program today, I had introduced that, and I urged Nigerians to go read it up. Compare what you have in that document to what he has been saying everywhere, every time, to see the level of consistency in his campaign and his speeches. Not people that will say one thing today and do another thing tomorrow. It has been that in this country, and we say no more. No more to that. No more to ambiguous promises. No more to deceit. And no more to all those forms of democracy that is not people-centered. Now, we have Peter Obi for Labour Party and for Nigeria. A little about this manifesto. We are going to have a date to look at the contents of this manifesto vis-a-vis the content of all the video clips of his campaigns over the months, so that can explain it very well to those who are unable to find it and those who may even not have that understanding of the content. What we need to do and want to achieve is that every Nigerian will know what to expect from the next president. But he has been saying, hold me responsible as a president. So if you must hold him responsible, we all need to understand the content of his promises so that when he doesn't deliver, of course, we know he will deliver, but we'll know something, we'll have something to ask questions. All right. So, Nina, what do you think about having a date to discuss the content of this manifesto? We may not finish it in one program, perhaps with 2 programs or 3. We'll do that. Or do we take it periodically, as part of the program going forward? What do you think?
Well, thank you, Mr. Tilo. My suggestion is that we take it bit by bit according to the outline. Let's treat the manifesto carefully as bit by bit. Let's go over the content, the chapters and all, till we are able to cover the entire content. For viewers' purpose mainly, because we want all Nigerians out there to be able to understand what has been written down in that manifesto. It's not about reading, it's about understanding what is there. So let's make it bit by bit.
Okay. The manifesto has about 19 points, cardinal points. So we might be taking them like maybe 3 points per program. Okay, we'll give some minutes to do that, and then we'll digest. We also encourage our viewers to make their contributions as regards the contents of this manifesto. You can ask questions, you can join us live, and have Nigerians hear directly from you what you think about the contents of this one. It will start next Saturday. We will ensure to treat maybe the first 3 of the content, or perhaps the first 2. But read it up and try to digest. Then we can brainstorm on the content. Okay. You may also want to make a comparison with the manifestos of the other presidential candidates, talking about the APC candidate and the PDP candidate, so that we'll see that it is 7-up. The difference is clear. Yes, the difference is clear.
I also want to add something. I want Nigerians to know that love is not in it's not in APV. It is not in AP. So Nigerians, if you must vote for Labour Party. The right candidate is Labour Party, is Peter Obi. Do not vote a man that is old, a man that will not be able to stand up for this country. I am telling you, this video I just played now was played purposely for just in case there are still people who did not hear that, because so many persons has argued that he did not make the comments that have been circulating via video online. So at least this one is one of the recent that I just played now. Don't be deceived by the amount of money you receive from anybody, because this country needs change. Nigerians, let's join hands together. Let's join hands to ensure that the change that we need comes to us. We are the only ones that can cause this change. Americans, they told us how their drive for a better America began. It was tough, but they were able to have it. Americans are, we all know the number of years they celebrate at the moment. It's not forbidden if we see our country in a very stable state and we are advancing and celebrating more years of independence in grand style and joy. Because it will be a great joy when we celebrate our independence, that our country, even if not 100% developed, that we are now being 60% recognized as a developed country. It is not forbidden. So we need to put our strategies together. We know Nigerians are strategists. We know Nigerians are technical brains that can deliver within 10 seconds. We see what our people are doing in other countries. We see them in Japan. We see them in America. We see them in Asia. We see how they perform. We see their powerful knowledge in productions, manufacturing of cars in Japan and all other places. We see the great knowledge of Nigerians, how they impact. We see our medical team from Nigeria, how they stand out. Those who are trained here in Nigeria as medical professionals, when they get over there, they do extremely well that they are placed in charge of affairs, and they do extremely well. Why? Because the machineries are not provided for them to carry out that which their brains has already kept. Now, it is time for us to allow our own country to be a base. Let people begin to travel here and want to experience us. The only way this thing can happen is if we for once forget about finance. Let's forget about the money that they are going to give to us. They have been giving us the money over these years and the country has remained the same way. Buhari was the president of Nigeria in 1986 and he did not rule for up to 6 months before leaving this country, and then this country was controlled by his vice, Idiagbon. If you have forgotten, let me refresh your memory, Nigerians. Idiagbon was in charge of power, and it was the end of the administration that our dear Buhari returned to the country. This country was the same country that was declared Operation Feed the Nation in that same era of the Buhari. Before the government who came in, still under the military dictatorship, now tried to still see how he can do amends because he saw that things were going bad in the nation. The same Buhari came into power through APC. Many persons were singing victory songs for him. Today, we see the Nigeria we are in. The Nigerian of a bag of rice, 8,000 naira during the administration of Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah.
It's not far. We are talking about 2014 year. 2014, as at early 2014, we still have a bag of rice sold for 8,000 naira for a bag.
Yeah.
And people were complaining that the administration of Goodluck Jonathan was not good. Be honest, Nigerians, in all decisions you take. Take the pain, even if you have to bleed for a second, just to give victory to your nation. The truth is that our nation is suffering. It is affecting all areas of our economy. And the right people are those who are ready to serve this nation selflessly without looking for gains. We all know that everybody who works in a position is paid salary. But when salary becomes too much that the people around you cannot feed, you would be forced to stream your salary into bits and let part of it go out to the nation to feed the people. I tell you, our principal, the man we are representing, is ready to make the nation great. So many people are asking us questions. How is he going to do it? I tell you, the manner at which our principal is going to make Nigeria great is something that we all experience together and join us with him.
Yeah, it's going to be unprecedented.
Yes, it is not now that we will begin to say, those who give us money, if your principal, we like your principal, but if your principal does not bring money to us, we are not sure that we will do this, we're not sure we'll do that. If you still reason in this way, it means you are backward. It means the hardship has not eaten you deep. And even if the hardship has eaten you deep.
Hardship has eaten them, but sense has, deserted the person. That's just exactly the fact.
So how long will they stay? How long will you stay in this problem before realizing that the Nigeria that you are in today need to be given an opportunity to be ruled by a gentleman who has all the techniques to change things in the country? I keep telling people, if one president of Nigeria would come in and fix power,
exactly,
even if he has to fix power alone for the entire first 4 years he or she is going to rule,
he would have done awesome.
He has already done awesome. And all that we have lost will begin to return gradually into this country. Nigerians, let us be wise. Our wisdom is not how much money we have in our pocket. It is not how much knowledge of mathematics or English language. It's not how much knowledge of being a leader in your workplace. It's not how much knowledge of how you do people and get money from foreign countries or Nigerians. It is not how much you preach the gospel in your church and mosque. It is not how much you that which you call your own God.
Yeah.
If you love this country and you think that the ends of protest that happened in the year 2020, if you still know it touched you deep down in your heart, if you still know that you are buying exorbitant, you are spending so much in buying little, if you still know that the Nigerian you are in presently is not the Nigerian you desire to have, close your eyes to that which they will give you. Open your eyes to the things of the Spirit, and the things of the Spirit is the direction of God. Take your golden finger, take it to your ballot, and cast your vote for Mama, Papa, and Pikin. That is the only recognized logo in Nigeria right now, because the man that is going to turn things around is resting in that logo. Give this man the chance to help us. Do not allow Satan to rule you. Don't listen to the voice of Satan. Listen to the voice of God. Don't listen to the voice of Satan. Listen to the voice of Allah. Don't listen to the voice of Satan. Listen to the voice of that your God that you serve. Because I know that there is no God that will tell his or our followers to suffer.
Yeah.
Let us have our Nigeria back from the hands of our enemies.
Very important.
I have no much than these. Myself and members of our team, Mr. Tilo, the moderator, and anybody who have been coming here to preach to you, we are just simple preachers who want our country to be great. Join us now, and I tell you, we will embrace the Nigeria that we desire. We will have a Nigeria that will be greater than America. We will have a Nigeria that people will come and stay. They will come for tourism. They want to stay with us. They want to work with us because Nigeria will become a great nation. Nigeria will be great again. Nigeria again. Let us work out for it.
Thank you, Obinna. You have actually explained this very well. The next war is now in the courts, Nigerians, the electorates. Your vote is your power. Use it wisely. Vote Labour Party. Vote Peter Obi. And for those in Edo Central Senatorial District, please vote Labour Party all the way. You're voting in the right candidate for your senatorial vote, and that is Chris Osereme. You will also be voting in Peter Obi as the next president of Federal Republic Nigeria. This is a good start for us as a nation. It's a good start for us as a people. For the first time, we are having candidates that is selfless, that come up to support the nation, regardless of the political divide, regardless of the tribe, regardless of religion. We are one people who are facing the same challenge, the challenge of hunger, the challenge of poor infrastructure, the challenge of poor health care, and all whatnot. We need to solve this, and we'll have to work together to get this thing solved, to provide for ourselves that life that we desire and we also merit. Vote Labour Party all the way. This is where we'll call it end for today. And do not forget to join us again on Tuesday, 4th midnight on Daddy Freeze Live, where we will be debating against the other candidates and their supporters. The topic will be agriculture. I'm sure you know that without agriculture, humanity has big challenge of survival. So we are going to debate that topic, but can be sure that Team Peter Obi will give out the same dose of victory that we've always done. Okay. Join us again Thursday next week, where we will be reviewing the debates. It will be at 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Of course, this edition will hold on Saturday, the same time. Keep a date with us via our various social media handles: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. You can participate by sending your comments or questions, and even by indicating interest in featuring live. Thank you very much for joining us. I remain your good friend, Tochukwu Ilo, presenting on behalf of Team Obi Live. Until see you again next week. Have a good night, friends. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.